Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talks. So it's like 60 degrees, it's raining, summer's just about over. We really didn't have much of a summer here in the Catskills. It was just very, very hot. It rained, not very good. We didn't have a spring. And now summer's pretty much over. So, anyway, I want to talk about a couple of things. By the way, Arnold here. Let me just touch on this really quick. Arnold's actually opposed to the redistricting in California that Gavin Newsom is proposing in response to Texas, which is absolutely disgusting. Partisan gerrymandering, that's what it is, right? To try to steal 5 seats. And in response, and I applaud it, is Gavin Newsom. And that's good news. You got to fight fire with fire. I know it's scummy and dirty, but it's the Republicans. They're fucking scumbags. They're thugs. They're pieces of shit, and all they know how to do is cheat. But the thing is, with Arnold, who is a lifelong Republican, it's kind of like, oh my God, because that'll crush out all the Republicans in his beloved state, California. So, by the way, I love Arnold. I've loved Arnold since I was a kid. I started working out because of Arnold, as I loved him. See, and he's a Republican. So people say, you just hate Republicans. No. Right, sure, I'm a liberal or a Democrat. I'm really center left. But I never used to have this animosity towards Republic. The Republican Party's gone. I hate the MAGA party. I hate MAGA. I hate Trump, Donald Trump, this whole new movement. I had no problem, like Mitt Romney period, the older school, W. Bush, not really. I didn't like W. Bush, nothing like this monster orange guy. But at least I used to get along with these people. My whole life, I grew up with most of my good friends were Republican. I grew up with these people who were normal. This MAGA movement is disgusting. This is an authoritarian regime, and it's basically a bunch of thugs, grifters, and retards. A bunch of the most incompetent, stupid idiocracy, the whole thing. All right, little rant there. I want to talk about Elise Stefanic. I'll save that one for last. She is, let's see, 21st District of New York. I live in New York. That's kind of ways from here. That's near the Adirondack Mountains. They've got a lot of problems in that area. As you would can you imagine, like maggots, their literacy rate is way down, high crime. It's one of those areas where you guess that it would be red, and they're all turning on her. So thank God for that. Elise Stefanic, I'll have to say, this is one of the most disgusting, one of the most vile persons in this whole MAGA movement. She is evil beyond words. Rick Wilson said he met her. He said she's one of the most evil persons I've ever met in politics and in government. And he's been doing this for 40 years, Rick Wilson, who runs the Lincoln Project. She is a disgusting, evil scumbag. And she's a fat, ugly slob. Ooh, she's gross. Even the makeup and whatever, she's a fatty, she's gross, and she's disgusting. And here's the thing, she's very intelligent. This woman went to Harvard. This lady, this privileged fatty, this fat slob, all right, she's ugly as fuck physically, but she's intelligent. And she used to be kind of moderate. She used to be moderate, a moderate Republican. She was critical of January 6th, and now she calls them, heroes and hostages and all this kind of crap. She's a disgusting, vile slob. I hate all the maggots with a passion. I despise every last one of them. But the people who get under my skin the most are the people who are intelligent, right? Like Marco Rubio is smart and competent, and he's completely sold his soul to his devil. I hate him more than, I despise him. This Elise Stefanic creature. J.D. Vance, I never liked that piece of shit. He's intelligent, although from what I'm hearing, not as smart as he thinks he is. But you get what I'm saying. Okay, there's that. And then I want to talk about how stupid Trump is. I mean, I've done about 500. Tindra, come over here. My dog is biting in the wood over there. About how stupid Trump is. I think his IQ probably 75, 80, definitely below average. And the last 3 nights I've watched 3 movies with my wife. Being There, which is Hal Asprey's movie from 1974. Peter Sellers plays this guy who is a low IQ guy. He's a gardener, and he used to work for this rich guy in his whole life, and he never went outside. And they mistake him for like this genius. Like, you got to see the movie, but he's Chance the gardener, and they think he's saying his name is Chauncey Gardner, and he ends up being this really influential guy, and he's really just this dolt, and he learns everything from TV, like even shaking hands, like he'll go like this, and like how, and they think he's like a polite guy, he's well dressed and highly intelligent, when in fact he's a retard. He's adult, like fucking Orange, right? Then I watched The Enigma of Caspar Hauser. This is based on a true story. I'm not going to get all into this, but in 1823, this boy, was abandoned. It was actually held in a dungeon for 20 years, and then he was let off into the streets. This is in Germany, and his IQ obviously way down. He didn't learn anything, but anyway. And then I watched Forrest Gump. And I'm like, this is all low IQ people like fucking Donald Trump. The only thing is, like, Forrest Gump is very lovable and likable, and everything about him is honest and sweet and goodness. And Orange is the opposite. Everything is a lie. It's evil and shitty and disgusting. He's the last thing from lovable. Donald Trump is the stupidest, ugliest human being ever. Someone who doesn't have a single redeeming quality. Not one. He's not funny. He's not smart. Anything. He's fucking gross and evil and disgusting in every way. He looks ugly. He's fucking gross, and he's the most disgusting person I've ever seen in my life. And he's dumb as fuck. Let me end it with this. He always says, the Ukraine thing, this never would have happened. This never would have happened if I wasn't. That's so dumb. You sound like a third grader, loser. Do you know what logic is? Loser, even if it were, like it never is because there are a billion variables. Did you ever hear of the fallacy of predetermined outcome? Loser! Do you know what that is, logic? Orange, do you know what that is? Do you know what the fallacy of predetermined outcome? Like, come on, dude, you're so fucking dumb. You're like a third grade. It would have happened. Even if all the things were set up, and if you framed it that way, you could never, ever know. Like they say this all the time in baseball, the fallacy of predetermined outcome. Like if there's an error or something on the play, and in the following inning you get a hit, and they said, oh, if it were not for that error, we would have had this hit, and the Yankees would have scored 2 runs. They always say, no, it's the fallacy of predetermined outcome. There are a billion variables, and you just never know. And Orange, the dummy, the retard, is a dunce. All right, let me show you Elise Stefanic, or maybe I'll put it in the middle here of this video. And more to come, daily videos coming. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Keep fighting. Like we used to say, peace, love, and understanding. Fuck that. Keep fighting. Taper. All right, if you made it this far, thank you very much. And make sure you like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. You know you want to.